In this video, I'll show you how to write a command bar button using JavaScript to perform these many actions. So navigate to a custom page, navigate to entity list, navigate to entity record in an edit mode, navigate to entity record in a create mode, navigate to web resource, and navigate to dashboard. Now I've created an example of all these items. So we'll go one by one. So navigate to custom page, navigate entity list, navigate entity record, edit mode. So I'll just copy this and we're going to write a JavaScript for that. Okay, so I have already created a JavaScript file and here I'm gonna paste this values over here. So we'll go by one and I'll just comment this value and then we'll write JavaScript for each and everything. Okay, now before we even do that, what we are going to do is first edit the model driven app in the edit mode, and then I will just come here, click on edit mode, and then this is my JavaScript application. This is basically a model driven application where I am going to write JavaScript, and here in mineral view I'll just click on edit command bar and then click on edit, and then I'm going to edit the main form. Now this is the main form interface. I'm going to write all the command over here. So first thing what we will do, we'll make use of the split button. As you see over here, there are a lot of groups over here. We'll create a separate group and I'll call this group as navigation. Now this is a navigation group. I'll click on down arrow and we will add commands. So we need to add 5 commands over here. So I'll just click on 1, 2, and then again click on this command, click on new command. So that's the third one, fourth one, and fifth one. Okay, so if you see over here in this navigate to custom page, navigate entity list, so there are 6 items. Okay, so I'll just keep it this in my separate screen. We'll come here, we'll name this as custom page. So navigate to custom page, this is the first one. Then we have navigate to entity list. Then the third one is navigate to entity record. So it goes to the record, but in edit mode. And this will open a record in a new mode. And the last one, not the last one, but I have one more. So this will navigate to a web resource, and then I will add one more command which will navigate to a dashboard. So if you have a dashboard created within your system, then it will navigate to the dashboard. Now we'll take this one by one. So first, for a custom page, so I need to have a custom page within the application. Now, as you see over here, this is a simple model-driven application, and I have a custom page called as Gold. So this is a custom page which I've already created, Gold. So what I'll do, I'll go into the solution, and within the solution, I'm going to add that within my solution. Now, this is optional. You can add into your solution or directly edit this, but I prefer adding it to a solution. So if I go to add existing more, and then, we need to basically add, I just need to show you where that page is or where the dashboard is or where that entity record is. So I'm just showing you all these things. Okay. So because the goal of this entire exercise is basically to navigate to various options. Okay, so custom page, entity list, record, and all those things. So you have an option. So if you go to add existing app and add existing page, and if I just type in gold, as you see over here, this is a gold page and I'm adding that gold page within the solution. Okay, now why I'm adding this is just to get the name value. So the name is cr1bf underscore gold underscore f3434. So this is important. So I'll just copy cr1bf underscore gold underscore f3434 f3434 f3434. Yeah, so this is the custom page. Now for an entity list, what we are going to do is like we are going to navigate to an entity list now, which it can be contact, it can be an account. So let's go into the accounts entity list. Now this is the accounts entity list. Now if you see this URL, you will see a lot of things happening within this URL. Like there are like a lot of parameters. So you'll see the view type, we will see the entity list, and ETN is contact, and VYD is something, so from there you will come to know what is the entity name. Okay, so you can get this from here. So let us go to the contact entity. So ETN is equal to contact. Now if you go to accounts, you will see ETN equal to account. So from there you can extract the entity list. So let's go to the code over here and put this value. Okay, then we are going to navigate entity record in an edit mode. Now, in order to go into the entity record in edit mode, so we'll go to minerals. Now, here the minerals entity name is CR1BF underscore minerals. So I'm going to copy this entity name. Now, this will come handy when we write this code. Okay, and even for create mode, we will use the same logic. Now, in edit mode, we will pick up one value. So I want if someone who clicks on a record, then they should be navigated to this particular record. Now, here entity record is again, entity name is CR1BF underscore minerals, but then the row ID is this value. So I'll just copy this and put it in the notepad. So yeah. And navigate to web resource. So for web resource, I've already created a web resource in my previous example. So I'm going to use that. So this web resource is basically Girish sales table. So that is GLT underscore Girish sales table. Now this is a simple HTML file which gets rendered. Okay, so GLT underscore Girish sales table. And for a dashboard, if you want to navigate to a dashboard, I have already have this dashboard over here. So if you see this model driven application, there are like a lot of dashboards. So there's a mineral dashboard, there's an organization inside dashboard, there's a server side synchronization dashboard. So let me navigate to this particular dashboard. Okay, so in order to get the dashboard ID, you just copy this dashboard ID from the URL. So this is the dashboard ID for the URL, and I'll copy this and paste it in the code, right? So now this is how you basically first do all the groundwork, and once you are done with it, writing a code is very simple. If you have everything in place, then let's start writing first code. Navigate to custom page. So the function which we are going to write, so it's called as function custom page. Okay, so navigate custom page. Now let me comment this as well. So navigate custom page. Now here, in order to navigate to that particular custom page, the command is xrm dot navigation dot navigate to navigate to, and you just close this and then take a promise. So dot then, and then you just put a semicolon here, and within the promise you're gonna write the success and the error function. So function success, and you can log console dot log success. So this is one, and you write function error console dot log error. So just copy this. So this is the syntax for all the function which we are going to write. So this is console dot success, console dot log success, console dot log error. Okay, so xrm navigation dot navigate to, and this is the logic we are going to use. Now we are going to pass in some object over here. Now let me do one thing. Now we haven't finished writing the code, but this is the same syntax for all the function which we are going to write. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy this entire function. over here, and then paste for navigate entity list as well. Okay, so navigate entity list. So here I will say navigate entity list, and then I'll come here, and this one is navigate in edit mode. So navigate record edit mode. Okay, just comment this, and I'll just copy this here. So I'm just doing this to speed up the coding process. Navigate record, but in a new mode. And this one is navigate to web resource. So navigate web resource. And this one is navigate to a dashboard. So I'll just paste this, navigate dashboard. And now let's start writing the logic for each and everything. Okay, so first navigate to custom page. We just need to pass in the parameter. Now the parameter is basically what it is. So the page type. So the page type is custom. So we need to open the custom page. So the page type is custom. And the second parameter is what is the name of that custom page. The name of the custom page is this. So I'll just put this in single quotes or double quotes, and that's it. Now the second parameter, we can pass, there are other parameters which we can pass, but I'm just gonna pass just nothing to it. You can pass data. So I'll just show you the logic for this. So navigate xrm.navigation.navigate. So xrm.navigation.navigate to. Now here we have, like, Microsoft has documented it very well. So if you want to know the more parameter options, you can go ahead and find. So page type is entity list, or page type is entity record, or page type is dashboard. So you can get all these things from here. Okay, so all the syntax, but I'm not going to go into that because we just need to show you the simple option. So page type is custom, and the name is the navigate to custom page internal name is cr1bf underscore gold f3434. Second option is basically we will use the same logic. Okay, so I just copy the same parameter here. Instead of navigate custom page, we have navigate to, and then here I will just say instead of page type as custom, we just need to call the entity list. Now what is the entity list name? I will call the contact. Okay, so I'll just contact. So I want to open the contact grid. Okay, contact table. Then we have navigate entity, navigate record in an edit mode. Okay, so for that we will use the same logic. I will just copy paste the same thing. Sorry, I will just copy paste the same thing over here, and instead of page type as entity list, I will say the page type is entity record. And the entity record, I just need to specify what is the name of the entity. So the name of the entity is entity name, and the entity name is cr1bf underscore minerals. And what do I need to open within that entity record? Okay, so within that entity record, I need to open entity ID. So I need to open entity ID, and the entity ID is this one, right? So this is how you basically use that record. So in this, what is happening? We are opening a one specific record, and that is from a minerals table. It can be anything. I'm just hard coding it, but then you can make it dynamic as well. Navigate record in a new mode. In new mode, we don't need a specific record, only the page type, entity record, entity name is required, and that's it. So I'll just paste this over here. So page type, entity record, entity name, the minerals, comma, and nothing else. Okay. Then we have navigate to dashboard or navigate to web resource. So for navigate to web resource, I have this web resource. So page type is web resource. So I'll just again type here page type colon web resource, and the web resource name colon the web resource name which we need to put in. Okay, oh sorry, I was just putting over here, so I'll just take this off. I'll just put it over here. The web resource name is glt underscore Girish sales table. Now navigate to dashboard. Dashboard has an input of ID. So navigate to will get the page type as dashboard. So I'm gonna just type in this one, comma this, and then page type colon dashboard, and it will ask for a dashboard ID. So dashboard ID, and the dashboard ID is this one. Okay. So now as we have written a lot of code over here, we just need to make sure that everything is logically correct. So first go from navigate dashboard xrm.navigation to page type is dashboard, and the dashboard ID is this, and we are not passing the second level parameter. For navigate to web resource, page type is web resource, and the web resource name is the internal name for the web resource. Then we have a navigate record in a new mode, so which is basically navigate record in a create mode. So we need to type page type as entity record and entity name as the cr1bf underscore minerals. And here we need to explicitly specify the the record ID. So this is where I have specified the record ID. And here navigate entity list, page type entity list, name is contact, page type custom, and then this is the syntax. So this is how you write a JavaScript. Now let's hook this JavaScript against that uh, command bar. So navigate custom page, we'll go here and go to the record navigate custom page. So this is the navigate custom page. We'll say run JavaScript, and this is the JavaScript library JS command bar. We'll say the function name navigate custom page, then entity list. Then go back to this code, navigate entity list, then navigate entity list, run JavaScript, select the library, and write the function name. Then move on to record in an edit mode. So record in an edit mode. So navigate record edit mode, copy this function name, run JavaScript, JS command bar, write the function name. Then move on to record new mode or a create mode. So I'll just copy this and run JavaScript, record new mode. Then we go to web resource, run JavaScript, select the JavaScript file, and navigate web resource. Then we go to dashboard and navigate dashboard is the function name. You just run JS, select the library, and paste the function name. So let's verify it again. Dashboard, navigate dashboard is a function name. JavaScript file is correct. Uh, the JavaScript file is JS command bar. Okay, so we need to select JS command bar because that's the name of the file. Go to web resource, JS command bar, navigate web resource, record new mode, JS command bar, record edit mode, JS command bar, then entity list, JS command bar, and custom page, navigate custom page, and JS command bar. So looks good as of now. What we will do first is we will upload the JS. Okay, so let me save the JS and go over here and go to this JS command bar. Select the file JS command bar, open, click on save, and I am overwriting the JS command bar JavaScript web resource. Once that is done, I'll click on publish, and this will be published to the solution. Once that is done, I will edit the command bar functions over here, and then I'll click on save and publish. So as we have written a lot of code, it's quite possible that there might be some syntax error, or maybe we might have misquoted some parameters. So it's always wise to again go back into the record and see where we have made mistake, because there are, like, we have written 5 function at once, right? So the goal for this exercise was to write navigate to custom page, navigate entity list, navigate entity record edit mode, navigate entity record create mode, navigate to web resource, and navigate dashboard. So we need to be very careful once we publish it, and it might take some time. We click on play, and once it plays, you can navigate to a specific record. So let me go into, say, gold record. Okay, and within that, we will open the split button, and within that we will open the navigation group, and we will try to execute one by one command. So I'll click on one of the record. I think it's still publishing. The publishing might take a while because there are so many commands which we have written. So now once we are in this record set, I'll click on all JavaScript. And if I click on navigation, custom page, let's see if it navigates to the custom page or not. And yes, it successfully did. So we have this custom page called as gold. It has navigated successfully. Let's go back. And the second one was entity list. So we want, now on the click of this button, we want a contact list to be opened. So if I click on entity list, I don't see that some action has triggered. So we'll go there and we will troubleshoot it why it has not opened. Let's go into third one, record in edit mode. So if I click on record in edit mode, then I think the JS has not been affected. So let me do one thing. Let me do a control F5, and let me click on entity list. So it is, so we need to troubleshoot that why it is not working. Record edit mode, again troubleshoot that. Record in new mode, we need to troubleshoot that. Web resource and the dashboard. Okay, now if you see the dashboard is loaded successfully. So the issue what we have currently is for the other links. Okay, so entity list, record edit mode, record new mode. So let's go into the JS and see what's happening. So as you see over here, we have this navigate entity list, name is contact, and here we have navigate entity list for the name as contact. So let me save this again, and let me check the option one by one. So navigate entity list. So here xrm.navigation.navigate to page type entity list, name is contact. Now here we have written name as contact, but the actual syntax is not name, it is entity name. Okay, so you need to type in properly entity name, and then it will open the entity name. So that's one of the mistake which we did. Then we go to navigate record in edit mode. Here also page type as entity record, and then here entity name. Now here, see why I did this mistake is because just to show you, because this may happen when you start writing these things. Now here, if you see this entity name, N should be capital, so it is case sensitive, and then it will open the correct record. And entity ID is correct. Then we go into entity record in new mode. Now here also we need to be very careful that entity name is N is capital, and if we do that, then only it will work. Similarly, if you navigate to this web resource, now in the web resource, we have web resource page type as web resource and web resource name, and name N is capital, right? So if you do all this thing correctly and then republish your JavaScript, so I'm just saving the JavaScript and then go here in the solution, click on JS command bar, choose a file, select this, save it, and then republish it. Now, why I made this mistake is because just to make you aware that it is case sensitive. So, whenever you write anything within that JavaScript, it has to be adhering to the syntax. Okay. Now, if you just run the command, so again, coming back here to the minerals table, go to all JavaScript. And now if you click on entity list, so we have seen custom page was working fine. Click on entity list, it will navigate you to the contacts table, which was not working earlier because of the syntax. We have corrected it. Now, if you click on record edit mode, it will go ahead and edit the record for the mineral plutonium because we have given the ID as 60242F1, right? Now, if you see the code over here, we are using this entity ID, right? And because of that, it is navigated to the plutonium record. Then going back, we'll come here and then we will go into record new mode. So it will open the record in new mode. So everything will be blank and it is working fine. So go back. Then we have written another function to call a web resource, which is like an external HTML file. So if I click on web resource, it will open that web resource in this particular window. And this is the content of that web resource file. We have already seen dashboard, how it works, because dashboard was a simple thing. So if you click on dashboard, it will open the dashboard server-side synchronization and you will be able to see the record. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically use the navigate function to navigate to a custom page, to a dashboard, to a web resource, to an entity list, to a specific record in a create or an edit mode. So that's it, folks. This is all for this video. Thank you.